Hi folks, so in this video here today we're going to complete this orthographic problem based on this object here, okay? So I'm just going to zoom in on that there a little bit there so we can see it a bit clearer. So it says here, pictorial view of a component is shown below, draw full size and elevation looking in the direction of arrow A. So arrow A is pointing from left to right, it's going in the right direction. An end view or an end elevation looking in the direction of arrow B, okay? And then a plan projected from A above. Essentially what that means is a bird's eye view looking down on top. Sometimes I call that arrow C. Okay, elevation arrow A, end elevation arrow B, bird's eye view looking in the direction of arrow C. So we always know our elevation is associated with our lengths and our heights. 2D view, two measurements. Our end elevation is our widths and our heights. And then the plan view is our lengths and our widths. Okay, and here is the overall measurement here. Looking in the direction of arrow A, the overall length of it from here to here is 130. In the direction of arrow B, the overall width of it is 85. And then the overall height of the object, when I add up all of these, is 95. Okay, and we can see it there. Okay, so there's our three measurements. So as always with orthographic projection, what you're going to start with is you're going to draw in your XY line, then you're going to put in the boxes for each view that it's going to fit inside. And a couple of rules, arrow A is pointing to the right, the elevation, we started around the elevation if we can, okay, going to keep the elevation on the right hand side of the XY line, and then the end elevation just goes on the left of the elevation, okay, and then the plan is projected underneath. So we'll start that there now. Just move this sheet here, there we go. So I'll just zoom out there a little bit, and you should be able to see it, there we have it. So there is the boxes, elevation drawn on the right, end elevation on the left, and plan underneath it, okay? Now, in regards to this, just looking at the object here, what I've done is, for the elevation, I've shaded in everything in red that I can see. So I can see this red surface here, this red surface, this red surface, and this yellow surface, and this yellow surface, okay? They're the objects, or the faces I can see when I look in the direction of arrow A. For any color that is shaded in yellow, essentially what it means is I can see it in multiple views, not just one, okay? These red surfaces I can just really see when I look in the direction of the elevation, whereas this surface, and this surface, I can also see them as well, but I can see them in other views too. End elevation, I can see my green faces, and once again some yellow faces, so I'll see this yellow curved section here, this sloping surface, okay, and this slanted surface here. And then for the bird's eye view, looking down on top, I'll see all the blue faces, maybe not this one fully because this edge is hanging over it a little bit here, okay, but I'll see all the blue faces looking down on top, and maybe this yellow surface, this one here, and these two as well, okay. So we're going to start that there now. I'm going to start on the elevation by putting in as much information as we possibly can. So any lengths that I have, 65 and 65 at the bottom, and then at the top I've got 50, 30, 20, 20, and then I'll put in my heights as well, which are all over here and here. Okay, so I'll start with those there now. So on my elevation, at the bottom I'm going to measure 65 over, and then at the top I'm going to measure goes 50 plus 30, and then I think it is 20 and 20. 15, 30 is 80. Just check that there, I might have got a measurement wrong. Apologies for that. That actually measurement there should read not 20, that should read 30 there. So it's 50, 30, 30, 20. So after that 30 I should have another 30 and then 20 left over. So 50, 30, 30, 20. Okay, now I'm going to put in my heights, and my heights on the right hand side are 15, 15, 35. So 15 and 15, so I'm going to measure up 15 here, and then another 15, that's why I just did 30 there. Then I have 35 from here, 35 up to 0, with 30 left over. And then on the left hand side, at 30 after that, okay, so I'll just measure these down from the top. From the top it comes down 15. Then it comes down another 15, which is 30. Then it comes down 20 and 15. And 15 there. So I'm happy with that. All of those now I'm going to transfer across like that. You can see some of them are matching up. So I'm going to bring this one over as far as here. This one all the way like that. and then this one here. Now, any lengths that I have, so this front section here, the 65, I'm going to put that in and it's up as far as the 30 to get in that red face. So this one here, bring that over to there like that, and then the 50 is going to come down here like this, and then I'm also going to put in the 30 as well there, and then finally the 20. Okay, so I'm going to start having in some sections here now. So I can see the red face, and then I will see the yellow face. Even though it's a slanted surface, I'll still see it as a rectangle. Then I'll see the red face, and then the yellow face sitting on top. So it'll go yellow, red, yellow, and then obviously the red surface on top of it again. So start having in a couple of those there now. So that'll actually be a straight line all the way up at the back here, like that. Then get this red face in here at the front. So there we have that. Now, I'm going to put in this line just up to here, because this is the section where there's that added bit on. So here's the yellow sloping surface, up to the red surface which is flat inside it, and then the other yellow sloping surface. I'm also going to heavy over just as far as here at the moment, okay, because that point there, right up here, is like this blue line here, and then we know it starts to curve, okay, and it's going to curve down here like this, okay. Now the next bit I'm going to get in is this yellow surface here, okay. So what I've done so far is this, what is there. I've also done this guy, I suppose I've done this as well, okay, and obviously then we'd see that edge obviously running inside there. That's why I haven't had it in this one, and I suppose that one there as well, okay. I would see this as well, but obviously this line is in front of it, okay. I've also have it in this bit here, and now the next section I'm going to heavy in is this bit over here. So the hard bit on this one is I'm trying to find that diagonal line there. You can see it starts at the 20 and it connects to the 15. So to basically connect that up, it will literally be from here to here. So there's that done. So there's that sloping surface. Okay, and then finally I'm going to heavy in this little bit here. And the last section we have to put in is a little bit of a curve. Okay, so just get my compass ready here. So center point is going to be here. If we just look at the curve, it has a radius of 30. Okay, so from here it's a radius of 30, that curve there. So it comes down from here 30 millimeters, or comes in from here 30 millimeters. It's already actually been done because we've actually measured down 30 already earlier, 30 across. So that's it there, right there is the center. So put my compass point here, pencil point, or in this case my marker point. All I'm going to do first of all is just check that it's all lining up. Yeah, I'm happy with that. There we go, and there's the curve put in. Okay, so there is the elevation view completed. And just very quickly, I'm going to also put this curve in here, and then this bit down here. Okay, so that's what we would see when we look down top, or sorry, at the front of it. Now what we have to do is we're going to try and draw in the end elevation, which is what we're going to see when we look at looking in the direction of ROP. So any heights that I have, I'm going to transfer them across, and any widths that I have, 45 and 40, I'm also going to put those in, and you can see I'm more up here top, 15, 35, 15 and 20. Okay, so put all those in now. So any heights that I have from my elevation, I'm going to bring them across. All in one go. This one here I'm not going to bring across entirely. Okay, there's all my heights brought across. Now I'm going to put in my widths. So at the front I had 45 reading from left to right, okay, with 40 left over. So there's a 45 here with 40 left over. And then at the top I have 15, 35, 15 and 20. So 15 plus 35 is 50, plus 15 is 65 with 20 left over. So there's all my my widths put in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start bringing those ones down. So I'm going to bring this one down just the whole way there like that. And then the next one at the 15, I'm going to bring it down to here. And this one, I'm going to bring it down to here. Okay, that's actually as much as I need. Actually, sorry, I have one more. This one here, I'm just going to bring up as far as here. Okay, and you'll see why in a second. So in regards to that, looking in the end elevation, I'm going to see, let's bring this down a little bit further, this green surface here. I would also see this yellow surface here, and I would see this one. So I'm going to see this sloping surface and this sloping surface. At the moment, I don't exactly know where this point is right here. So that one there, we're going to have to figure out in a while, because they don't give us the width for that point there, because it's on a slanted surface. I'm also going to see this green face here, going all the way up like this. Okay, and I'm going to see that green surface and then the yellow surface. Okay, but that yellow surface, when I look straight at it, I'm going to see a rectangle. Then I'm going to see this green face here as well. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing: green, green, yellow, 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 green. Okay, so this bit here, the 40 at the front, then I'm going to try and get in as much of this as I can. Okay, and then I'll do the green, the yellow, and then the green. So green face at the front will be right here. I'm going to heavy this section in the whole way at the bottom, because this is going to be our yellow slanted surface. I just don't know where that point is or that line is going there just yet. Now I'm going to heavy in this the whole way up. Okay, I'm going to heavy in this section just up to here, and then bring this one across. Okay, and sorry, one more line there, this one. Now this section here is where I've got the green face. When we're looking in from this side here, there's the green face there, and there's the yellow curved surface. Okay, so when I look in here, this here would be the green face and this is the yellow face. I do not put in a heavy line there where they connect. They are tangential, so there will be no edge there. Okay, so I'm just going to see it as a perfect rectangle going from the bottom to the top. Okay, I was just using colors to help obviously in the distinguishing of the kind of surfaces. There's the yellow kind of curved surface, here's the flat surface at the front. Now this section here where we kind of have that little bit jutting out, it comes out 15. Okay, just to show you here, it comes out 15, and this bit here comes out 15 and then another 35, and it's connected on there. So that's the 35. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in my slope from here to here. So there's my slope put in. I actually just made a mistake there. Apologies for that. Get a bit of Tipex there in a minute. And that 15, just check, yep, sorry, from this guy it should have come down. I'll show you where I made a mistake in a second. There we go, that's the surface. So that line there, I'm after heavying in that, okay? That should not be heavy there, okay? That should actually be a light line or a construction line, because there's obviously no heavy line right here. But that is the actual view completed in as much as we can do right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the plan view, okay? I'll get a little bit of Tipex then at the end of the video, and I'll Tipex out that little bit, okay? So I'm going to move on to the plan view. Now the plan view projected straight underneath it. So all my lengths underneath the elevation, all my lengths, I'm going to transfer them down. T-square set up there properly. Here's the length here. It's going to come down to the front. Just going there. There's all my lengths brought down. Now I'm going to transfer all my widths down. So any width that I have, bring it down. Next one, I have a width up here at the top. I'm going to transfer that down. Width here at the front. And I'm going to bring this one down as well. There is more. I'll refer back to them in a minute. So any widths that I have, I'm going to transfer it across now. This one's just going to come across to here. This one's going to come all the way to the front. This one come across to here. And this one's going to come to here. Okay, so there's kind of the plan view, okay, ready to go now. So what we're going to do is we're going to shade in the surfaces that we see. So, or sorry, heavy in the surfaces that we see. So looking down top of it now, I'm going to see all the blue surfaces. So I see that blue surface there connected onto this yellow surface, where there'll be an edge here. I'm going to see this guy, then I'm going to see this guy. Looking down top, I'll see a little bit of that, obviously going in there, and then I'm going to see this. And obviously we could heavy in that little section there as well. So looking down on top of it, I'm going to see this blue face, this yellow curved surface. I'm going to see this, all this blue section here. Okay, all that. I'm going to see a bit of this because there's obviously a shadow kind of coming down there. So I'd only see a little bit of that blue bit there. Okay, I'm also going to then see this yellow surface here, and this will hopefully help us find this point in our plan view, and we'll be able to project it back to our end elevation to complete that section. Okay, and then looking down top, we're going to see this yellow surface here and this yellow surface here. Okay, so start heavying those in. So the bit at the front, which was in green here, there's that bit there. It's all the way at the front, which is over on this side, because that's where the front of it is, or the side of it I should say. So that bit there, if I follow that over and bring it across, that's this section here. I can heavy in that. And we know then it slants diagonally over as far as the 65, and there's the 65, so it's going to connect over to there. So I'm going to connect them across. And then I'm going to heavy in the whole outline. Because when I look down on top of it, you can see the whole outline heavied in. So there's that bit. Okay, now the next section I'm going to focus on is this blue bit here and this yellow bit. Okay, so it's going to come all the way across to here. So looking down top, it goes from here all the way to here. So it's in between these two lines. If I follow them down, it has to be between those two lines. And then the width of it was over here, so it has to be in this section here. So I'm going to heavy in all that as well. And now the last little bit I have to focus on is the blue, the yellow. I'll see a bit of the blue and then the yellow as well. So this blue rectangle here is the top of it. So if I follow that down, it's going to be across here, and it comes only as far as here because that's the length of it here. So this is the blue section from here to here. Okay, so there's the blue section, and it's actually going to come out as far as here at the bottom. Okay, that's actually the overall length of it, so I'll actually heavy that in the whole way down there. I should say the width of it. Okay, so that's that edge there, because that's when we're looking down on top of it. Okay, I see it then, obviously there's the flat surface, and then the sloping surface so here comes down to here, so that's heavied in across to here. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to get those lines. So this is the bit I left out. I should have also projected down this point here, and this point right here, because that is where the sloping surface ends here, the yellow bit, and this one begins. Okay, so where they both come down, now we're going to project those across. And once again, heavy them in. So there we have it. Blue surface, yellow sloping surface. There's the blue flat surface in between them, and then the yellow sloping surface. Okay, now the next little bit we just have to figure out is on the end elevation. If you remember this little point here that I was missing, this point here, that's where it is in the elevation up here. So to find it on the end elevation, this edge here should also be heavied in. And what that has shown to us now is that exact point. So where I found that in my plan, and project that back across and then project it up. And then at that point right there, I will connect the line. There you have it. That is actually the question completed, outside of my one little tiny error. Apologies for that. Just going to Get a little different color here for a second. I don't have Tipp-Ex on me. I tried to find it there, but that little line there, apologies for that, that should not be heavied in. Okay, that little edge there, going from there to there, that should not be heavied in. Okay, but outside of that, that is the question completed. We have the end elevation completed. Okay, we've got the elevation completed and the plan completed. That's the question done, guys. I hope I found that helpful.